Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of the Blackbird Grimoire, and welcome to the daily forecast for Friday, March 8th, 2024. Good morning to you. Happy Frigus Day, or Happy Freya's Day if you prefer. Either goddess is well worth our attention today, as is any deity who is associated with love. So today's astrology, the sun is in the sign Pisces, mutable water representing compassion. The moon begins its journey in the fourth quarter Aquarius, a fixed air sign representing stubbornness. It goes void, of course, at 12:56 p.m. Central Time. Then it enters fourth quarters Pisces, a mutable water sign representing artisticness and artistry at 7:03 p.m. Central Time. Mercury remains in Pisces, a mutable water sign representing creativity. Venus is in Aquarius, fixed air sign, intellectual. Mars is in Aquarius, fixed air, think staid. Jupiter is in Taurus, fixed earth, think practicality. Saturn is in Pisces, immutable water sign, nostalgia. Uranus is in Taurus, a fixed earth sign representing renovation. Neptune is in Pisces, a mutable water sign representing being imaginative. And Pluto is in Aquarius, a fixed air sign, and it's all about reformation. So we're starting to see a shift in the mood. So the moon, as a reminder, it's waning, rest, relaxation, banishing ills. That's what it's for. The Pisces moon, our do's are do retreat, do meditate, do pray, do play music, do write poetry. These very dreamy, soft, mystical endeavors. This is the day for it. What we should not do with the Pisces moon is don't over intellectualize. Pisces doesn't like it. Don't spend time around crowds. It is an energy drain. Don't get caught up in other people's grand schemes. It's one thing to pursue your goals. It's one thing to get caught up in someone else's goals, particularly when their goals have absolutely nothing to do with yours. So be careful of that for the next few days. Now, this is the day of Venus. So reflect that spirit of love in today's activities. Nurture, do your best. Venus in Aquarius encourages people to seek out novelty. Now, in this sign, and this pairing rather, routine is not abandoned altogether, but it's best to approach even the mundane in a very romanticized way. Look for beauty and enjoyment in everyday things to enhance their meaning. Now, our tarot card for today is the High Priestess. This is another major arcana card, so think very long-term and broad-reaching effects. It is the second card of the tarot, and it symbolizes feminine magical power and authority. So think of the keywords culture, generosity, and teacher. Now, women are in many ways the guardians of culture. The manner in which we raise our children or how we affect those within our sphere's influence, it sets the tone for society, and it creates expectations that people live up to or not. The spirit of generosity, anything that requires that feminine nurturing, that's going to be going hand in hand with an expression of generosity. It's giving of yourself to others, particularly giving of them so that they can shape themselves in a way that enhances their own capabilities and enables them to have a good and a better life. And the last keyword, teacher. Of course, the function of a priestess or of any kind of position of authority is ultimately to teach. Pass on your wisdom, pass on your skills, pass on everything that you know, so that when the time comes for the next generation to take the reins, they're in a position to do so successfully. Today's Celtic triad reads, 3 things which the humble will gain: plenty, happiness, and the love of their neighbors. So plenty, simple abundance, may not be luxury, especially if you're not necessarily working in a particularly lucrative profession, but you will have what you need. You will have plenty, and it will come about because you just kept your head down and you were doing your work. Not kept your head down the way, an ostrich does in the sand, but you were focused upon that which you ought to be doing. The benefits of that. Of course, the gain of happiness, enduring joy of life. And I would like people to see happiness not just as a mood we periodically experience, but as something that does refer to that pattern of these are things I delight in. These are things that no matter what, is going on in the world that I still find beauty and meaning in. It's about taking the good out of life and focusing upon that good and making that more of the dominant force of your life. And then the love of your neighbors, people who aren't completely puffed up, they do tend to attain a genuine respectability. People really do hold them in esteem. They're being judged on the quality of their character rather than the degree to which they get on their neighbors' nerves. So there's a little bit of thought regarding human relations to take into account today. Next up, we have our intention of the day, which is romance. It is centered around the color pink, the plant lovage, the animal the cardinal, and the stone pink tourmaline. I think that life can really be a bit drab if romance is entirely lacking. And I think we could use a little bit more romanticism in a healthy way, just in general, not just regarding to relationships, although so many relationships are so cold and mechanical. I think romance, especially in its immediate application, I think we do we do need that in our world. My goodness, how dreary some people's lives are. Okay, it cooperated. Next slide. Pagan practice. You can journal about the most beautiful thing you laid your eyes on today. Again, I think it's a good idea for us to dwell upon the things that we do enjoy. You can perform a blessing for your marriage or your relationship or for your hope to one day have those things. Bring wild violets into your household for luck. Pamper your pets. They need our love too. And then, of course, you could also write an ode in honor of a deity that you love, a deity of love that you admire. And again, whenever you are writing something, no other human eye ever has to see it. Some people, they write their poetry and then they burn it in a fire as an offering to that particular deity. You can do what you want with that. What matters is the sincerity of the sentiments that you're conveying, not whether or not someone would consider you to be a skilled poet. That's not the point of this. It's about what you can give and offer of your own. And there's nothing more of your own than your own words. So I hope you will enjoy this rather pretty tree in its full pink bloom with this winding path. And I'd like to leave you with the journal prompt of asking the question of what do you think makes a romantic setting actually romantic? And is there anywhere in the world you would like to visit just for that romantic atmosphere? I think that could be interesting for someone to reflect upon today. And that does it for the daily forecast. Come back tomorrow. We will have another edition of the daily forecast, and I will see you then. Bye.